Okay, Ryan, so let's take a look here at EnrollMe Deep Dive. And give me a quick identification. Who is this training for?
This training is for, anyone can actually be a part of this, but it's specifically geared for those that maybe already have EnrollMe and want to learn a little bit more, or want to know what it's like from the administrator side to use GradeLink.
Okay, good. All right, can you give me and give our audience just sort of in a nutshell, what is the general process for EnrollMe? Like, how does this differ from using paper forms?
Yeah, definitely. The general process is when you first get your enrollment forms from your parent, first you have all the paper forms, you have them all over the place, then you send them.
Okay, you're talking about the old one, without EnrollMe.
Yeah, the old way, without EnrollMe. So you have a whole pile of papers, and you send them out to the parents, you have them collect them, then you get them all back, okay? And then you have a whole bunch of stacks of paper on your desk, and then you take those forms, and then you separate them into two different piles. You have approved, you have not approved. And then after that, you're going to send out emails, actually either emails or actually paper-based letters to each individual parent. Then you'll get them back and then file away. So now this is where EnrollMe steps in. EnrollMe takes that whole process and eliminates the paper clutter and eliminates the data entry. All right? So what they're going to do is go to www.gradelink.com, or they'll go to your website where we'll have a little link for you. Let me drag in this link for you. You'll have a link like this on your school's website where your parents will be able to go in, log in, create an account for your new students. For your re-enrolling students, they'll just use their GradeLink account. And from here, they'll be able to fill out your enrollment form online, and then it's going to go straight into your GradeLink. And then you'll click a button where it's either approved or not approved, and then it's going to send automatic emails straight to those parents. All right?
Okay, that's cool.
All right, so now, again, you have eliminated your paper-based enrollment forms, and now you have effectively eliminated data entry to you and your staff. You've passed that data entry on to your parents when they were already going to fill out the forms anyway. Now they're filling it out online, and with the click of a button, you have all that information imported straight into GradeLink.
Okay, great. So let's start off with the first stage in that process. How can I tell my parents to enroll online? How do I tell them?
Okay. Well, again, you have your re-enrolling parents and your new enrolling parents. But if you want to first just communicate with them, you can navigate to the Communicate tab.
Okay.
All right. And you can select a specific group. Here you already have certain groups like students and parents, but perhaps you want to send out an email to all those that are not enrolled in your school. This is
not re-enrolled.
Not re-enrolled, pardon me. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say I'm going to start re-enrollment. So I'll check this box to send it to all the students and parents, and I could let them know something like, to re-enroll, log into your GradeLink account and click the re-enroll tab.
Correct.
Okay, and let's see what that tab would look like.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, so the very first thing that the parent would see when they log in would be this re-enroll tab. Okay, now how does that re-enroll tab get there, and what if they miss it? What if they don't see it when they first log in?
Okay, great question. Let's go ahead and navigate over to the administrator side. All right, we're going to go to Settings.
Okay.
Click on the parent interface, which is already selected, and halfway through you'll see that there's a section for EnrollMe.
Okay.
Now, what you're probably going to want to do while it's being set up, you'll have the Hide Re-enroll tab on parent interface. So this one will be checked initially. When you're ready, you're going to uncheck this, and then you're going to check the box above during your enrollment season, and this is going to default your enrollment tab. So now they won't miss it. Now maybe it's not important, but some people want to get started. You can uncheck this box, and then they'll have that. Here we are. Let me jump back over here. If you have it checked, you'll be able just to see the re-enrollment button right here. But if you have this button at the very top checked, that will now default to whenever they first log in to see that as the first page.
Okay, that's perfect. So it'll be the first thing they see, and it won't go away until they've completed the form.
That's correct.
That's perfect. Okay, now here's a question I have. I have certain students like kindergarten, preschool, first grade. We have them in GradeLink, but we don't let the parents log in. That poses a problem because they need to log into GradeLink to complete their registration form. Is there some way where I can hide everything else except for the enrollment form?
Yep, and that's right up here. All right, so we have a certain button or a little drop-down menu to hide academic and attendance tabs for grades lower than maybe your K students, your PK students.
Okay, so if I say I need to hide the all academic tabs for preschool, pre-K, and kindergarten, then I would select one. Yeah, like one. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, perfect.
Let's go ahead and hop back into the enrollment part.
Okay, and then what we're also recommending here is that on your website, you make it clear to parents what to do. So we'll have maybe a button on your website here that says, current students enroll now, and that will take them to their GradeLink login. Now, new students will go somewhere else because they don't have a GradeLink login, so they'll make one. And that will take them to your live form like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
All right, let's talk a little bit about processing the forms here. So once the forms get submitted, then what happens?
All right. So once the forms get submitted, now this is where you as an administrator have your hand to actually touch each individual application, make sure that they're good. All right. So you can do this by logging into GradeLink, clicking the EnrollMe button, which will be right here. You can click on an individual student. We'll just go ahead and click on Paul Bunyan. Okay. Now here you'll be able to see on the right-hand side a status update history. You'll be able to see down below the enrollment form. And this is perfect to print off and have record keeping, or maybe just download them all as PDFs and have them on file. And then you also have a place for your internal processing notes. And this is just for your internal staff. This is not actually seen by the parents.
Okay, so if they, for example, were not approved for some reason, or they were pending for some reason, and I wanted to note that and make it available to other staff who are on the registration team?
Yep.
Okay, that's perfect. Now, are these private? Because I don't want my parents to see that.
Correct. They are private.
Okay, good.
Perfect. And again, here's the status update history, so you can see what your parents are doing in real time. Status is imported, is approved. All right, and then you have your option to go here and actually change the status of the student. Okay.
Okay.
It's in process, or maybe approved or canceled, and then we can set up automatic emails to be triggered whenever you select the status.
Okay, give me an example. Why would I use an automated email? What's the benefit of that?
Well, the benefit is to kind of have a bunch of default template emails ready to send out to your parents and to save you time. So if a student is approved, for example, it will automatically kick out an email to those emails on the online forms that the parent fills out. All right? And those emails will go out saying, congratulations, you've been approved to this school, but maybe you want to set them to like pending, for example. You can go ahead and set them to a pending status, and then in the pending or the in-process status, you'll be able to, as a parent, see an email that says, hey, thanks again for enrolling in your student. Please submit these financial forms to the front office in order to be, for your status to be approved.
Okay, let me process this and kind of break that down a little bit. So let's just say in my school, I require parents to fill out the form online, but I also require them to stop in the office and maybe sign something by hand or drop off a check. So if I mark them, once, like this student, when they submitted their form, an email could go out automatically and let them know that we received their form, so that's instant communication. And then the second thing is it would remind them that they're supposed to stop in the office and complete some paperwork, right? Perfect. Okay, that's perfect. And then if I mark them as pending, then it means that, again, we got their form and they could remind them again. So how do I change those emails? How do I do that?
All right. You're going to go ahead and navigate the settings.
Okay.
And then the fourth button says email settings.
Oh, perfect.
All right. So here you'll be able to choose what information gets communicated out to your parents during certain status.
Okay, so just type in whatever you want.
Correct. And you can change the status right here.
Okay, so if I mark them as submitted and do this, okay, if I mark them as in progress, I can, oh, that's cool. I like that.
Perfect.
Okay, now I see in here there's F name. So I guess that gets replaced with the student's first name?
Correct. It's
okay.
It is that dynamic field.
Okay, great. Nice. Are there any other dynamic fields? I see first name. What about last name?
Your school, last name, your school name, the year session, all that information.
Perfect. Love that.
All right. Perfect. Let's go ahead and talk about running some specific reports.
Okay, good. One of the reports I'm really interested in is to know where each student is right now in the process. You know, where are they in the queue? Are they approved? Are they not approved?
Perfect. Okay, well, that's what this first screen is for. If you look at this, it is a live table filled with live data of what's happening in real time of your students. So right now, you'll be able to take a look and see the different types, and you can sort by the type. If you mention only your new enrollment, your re-enrollment.
Oh, that's cool. Ryan, can I put this in Excel?
Yes, of course. Go ahead and click on that button right there in the right-hand corner, and then all that information is going to be exported to Excel.
Love it.
Information you see here.
Love it.
Now, if you want to export all the data to Excel, you have the option to pull all the information that has ever been entered into the parents within the EnrollMe section, and you can do whatever you like with the data.
Okay, all the data is like every single field on the enrollment form?
The paycheck, yep.
Every box, every form. Okay, wow, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are some of these other reports?
Okay, go ahead and click on enrollment levels. This is a great, quick, easy way to see just a total or a tally of students you have for each grade level. This will help you a lot during maybe the staffing period of your school year.
Okay, so I can know how many third graders I'll have, how many fourth graders, and where those kids are in the queue, if they're re-enrolled, new enrollment, and so on.
Perfect.
Okay, I like that. And can I export this to Excel too?
Yeah, of course. This green button in the right-hand corner.
Oh, okay. So I can do this probably for everything.
Yep.
Okay, I like that. All right. And okay, one of the biggest things, this is the people who have enrolled, that I need to email those people who have not yet re-enrolled to remind them that I have a deadline, because we give different discounts if they enroll, like an early bird discount.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know who has not re-enrolled?
All right. You can actually click on right here. Perfect. And this will give you a little report showing you those students that are in your database that have not re-enrolled this year.
Okay.
And to quickly email them, you can just jump back down to that communicate section.
Okay.
The specific group.
Okay, so the group would be, I guess, students not re-enrolled. Okay. So I'll check that box, and then I could just write a message that says, remember to enroll by the 31st to get a discount?
Correct.
Okay, great. Now, my concern is, can students see each other's emails, or?
No, they do not. So this is really cool about Craven's communicate section. It does not BCC, it does not CC. It sends out individual emails to each person. So they'll get their own, and they'll be blacklisted or anything.
Okay, great. Now, can I also use this to email like kindergarten students who are new to my school and will be starting and welcome them?
Correct, yeah. Down below, you can actually just select a specific grade level. Perfect. Here's the newly enrolled students.
Okay, so newly enrolled means students who are going to start for the first time in fall.
Correct.
Love it. So I can invite them to different events.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
And if they reply back to you, it's not going to go to GradeLink, it'll go to your own personal email as well. So you don't have to log back into GradeLink to do email correspondence with your prospective or your new or returning parents.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And let's go back here to EnrollMe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one question I had, Ryan, was, what about staff permissions? Can I limit who has access to the EnrollMe tab?
Yes, of course. Go ahead and click right here, staff.
Uh-huh.
And choose one of your administrators. And
okay.
You can set a limited access admin. So you have your George and Martha Washington both have full administrator access, but Rachel, the registrar, is an admin. She's been set to only have access to the students and the EnrollMe section.
Okay, so I go to permissions and then,
scroll down.
Okay, great. Hey, what are these notifications about?
Hey, that's a great question. Right now, those emails that were sent out, you as an administrator can choose to be blind carbon copied on any of those individual emails that go out to the parents and students.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so every time they receive a notification, you can get a little buzz to let you know that someone's interested in your school.
Okay, so I could use this to say, so Rachel, she's the one who always runs through all the new applications, so she should get it when something is submitted.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could have George Washington, he just looks at any ones that are pending for some reason.
Perfect.
Oh, okay, that's really nice. Okay, I like that.
You want to go through the import process, please?
Yeah, okay, so let's say that Jennifer has submitted her form, and now we approve her, right?
So you're going to go ahead and look through the forms, make sure everything's good.
Okay.
Make sure that they've put in all the information that your school requires.
Mm-hmm.
You'll set their status, the form status, to approved.
Okay.
Then now you'll go ahead and click.
And I do that right here.
Perfect. And then once you're finished with that, you'll go ahead and click the import button.
Okay.
Then you're going to go ahead and create an import plan. Right?
Okay, and I do that by clicking this?
Yep.
Okay, now what does import mean? What does that do?
Okay, we'll go ahead and push the button now. The import process, this creates a little streamlined file that's going to be sent from your EnrollMe section into your student section. It's going to be linked to the student's account. All right?
Okay, so this basically updates the student contact information.
Correct.
Or moves them from EnrollMe to the students, makes them an active student.
Perfect.
Okay, so then by the fact that I'm moving the students area, if they're a new student, then it'll increase my active student count.
Correct.
And if they're re-enrolling, then that would probably update their grade level and everything too. So I probably want to wait until summer to do that, I guess,
Correct, yes.
right? Okay.
Any of the new information will replace the old information. Any blank information will not update and override this existing information.
Okay, so I'll wait till summer, and then I'll click Run Import Now, and that's what actually updates their contact info.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay, I like that.
You can go ahead and go into the student section and see those files that actually get attached.
Okay, so for example, Amelia was imported.
Yep.
And then, okay, Jennifer Lawrence is, so I'll click Run Import Now, even though I should wait till summer normally.
Yep, go ahead and push it. So with the click of a button, you have now done your enrollment for Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay, and I see now she's been imported.
Yep.
Okay, so that takes the place of someone in the office actually typing in all that data.
That is correct.
Okay, so let's just check her out. Jennifer.
There she is.
Wow. Okay, and this is all her emergency contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's her addresses. Okay, great. This is awesome.
Go ahead and check out the others.
All right. Let me ask you, so you kind of painted for me the picture of how everything works when it's going well. Can you tell me about some special situations about when things don't go well? For example, what if I need to delete an enrollment form? Like, let's say I made a test student.
Okay.
And I just, I just messed around with them and I want to delete it. What do I do there?
We can go ahead and get rid of Channing Tatum if you'd like.
Okay.
All right. So if Channing was a test student and you wanted to go ahead and get rid of him, you would change this form status from in process to started. Okay.
Okay.
And then you're going to go ahead and go to online forms. And then here's a little button at the very top center. It says this form has not been completed and submitted online. You may click it here. This is actually a little kind of like an audit button where if before that box is checked, you cannot actually edit a parent's document.
Oh, so if I want to edit this document, I could just check that box?
Correct. Otherwise, it is sealed and it has not been touched by your staff. It's only been touched by the parents.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And go ahead.
Yeah, once you check that box, you can click delete in the bottom left. You can get rid of Channing Tatum test student. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
It's that easy.
All right, that makes sense. All right, what about what if a existing parent fills out the new enrollment form instead of the re-enrollment form? Like, what if they get confused online? And let's say Paul Bunyan, he's a returning student, but his parent goes and says that he's a new student.
Okay.
Right? And so now I have two Paul Bunyans in the system. Can I merge them together somehow?
Yes, of course. To the right of form status, there's an imported to student ID. So if this was entered in as a new student by mistake, you could go ahead and link that to Paul Bunyan, and it would combine and merge those two accounts.
Ah, love it. Okay, cool. All right. What if?
Any questions?
All right. Let's take a break here and just for a minute, let's address the question about what is the benefit of hiding grades or hiding academics below a certain grade level. Okay, so right here is this question. On the settings page, we have this hide academic and attendance tabs for grade levels lower than, let's say, first grade. Why would I do that, Ryan?
Okay. Well, maybe for grade levels lower than 1, you actually don't want to track any attendance or grades for like your PK or PS student because the grades don't necessarily make a whole lot of a difference for the student.
Okay, or I just have some helicopter parents at that stage and I just don't want them to see that information, right?
That's another reason too.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're saying that they could actually log in their account and it would just all be hidden?
Correct.
Okay, so let's try that. I'll log in and I'll just hide it under maybe 8th grade. And let's see if that'll update right now. Oh, I have to log in again probably, right?
Yeah, go ahead
Okay.
and log in. And the login's in use too. And you'll see that now only the re-enrollment or the billing, certain pages are only available to the student.
Ah, okay. So all the academic and attendance information is hidden. Okay, that makes sense. Perfect. Okay, let's go back. All right, so one of the things that I think would probably head off any parents who are filling out new applications instead of just re-enrolling is that they would be confused. And one of the things that you can prevent it the easiest way is just to put 2 buttons on your website. One that says current students, click here, and that would take them to their GradeLink login. And this one, new students, click here, and that would take them to the special, new student enrollment. Okay, so that would probably, gosh, where'd I go? Okay, that seems like it would solve most of the problems, and that would save the parents a lot of potential data entry, because if they're returning parents, the form will pre-populate for them, right? So they'll enjoy that as well. All right, let me ask you this question, Ryan. Let's say I have a student and they're part of a family that's already in there. For example, let's say I have the older brother already at the school, and now the little sister is going to come. Is there a way for me to say that they're part of the same family?
Yes, of course. So up on the right-hand corner, you'll see where it says Import to Family ID.
Okay.
All right, and you'll be able to choose to select maybe 13 that's going to go to the rest of the Young family. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Or the Bunyan family.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Okay, I get it. So I just have to set up the family IDs ahead of time.
Correct.
Okay. Now, why can't the parent do this? I guess it was because they could see the other, if I had a celebrity, let's say Brad Pitt was at my school, I could have Paul Bunyan just say, yeah, I'm part of this information, and the parent could see all of Brad Pitt's contact info.
Correct. It's only available to the administrators.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay. All right, and
do we have any more questions from the... Oh, perfect.
Okay. Now, let's just say, can I complete an enrollment form from scratch? For example, what if they hand me a paper form and I just want to enter it? Or what if they just call me on the phone and they just want to give me all that stuff and I just want to enter it for them?
Correct.
Can I just do that either for a new student or for a returning student?
Yeah, I mean, perhaps you have a parent in your school that maybe doesn't have a computer or doesn't like computers to use it very well. But you can actually go ahead and click Add New right here in the top corner. And over the phone or in person, you can actually complete a re-enrollment or a new applicant there for them.
Okay, so if there's re-enrollment, I just pick up off the list, and then it saves. And then, okay, wait, I see this is popping up here at the top.
Correct.
Okay, so that just means that it was entered by the office?
Correct.
Okay, and then that's why it throws manual entry here?
Yep.
Okay, great, that's nice.
You can go ahead and click through the forms and update some of the information.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I see it filled in a lot of information for me already. Okay. Okay, that's all the questions I have. Let's open it up to the audience and just see if they have any questions.
Yeah.
All right, so if you guys have any questions that you want to ask us, go ahead and use the chat window and just go ahead and send us out a question.
Or if you have any pages that you'd just like us to revisit to get more information, go ahead and let us know.
Okay. Now, Ryan, while people are asking questions, can I just ask you, is there some kind of manual or sort of quick notes that I could have in case I wasn't able to take notes as well?
Correct. Yeah, we do. And we can actually send that out to you if everyone is kind of curious, but we have an enrolling manual available to you online. You can just click the little help button and you'll be taken here. Oh, let's go ahead and clear some of our little notes.
Okay, I see. So I'll go to the help.gradelink.com and then just go down to EnrollMe and I can get the manual?
Correct.
Cool. Could you email this to me so I don't have to find it?
We'll do that.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Do we have any questions?
Oh, I have one question, Ryan. I'm collecting all this enrollment information from my students, and I need to print it out in such a way that I can give a copy to each of my teachers. So we need each of our teachers to have a hard copy of all of their students, emergency information, emergency contact, allergies, things like that. And I needed a hard copy because what if there's a fire or an earthquake and they have to get out of the building? Is that something that, can I run a report of that kind of nature?
Yeah, of course. We can actually set up, let's go ahead and carry you through into here. All right, so go ahead and click on the student section.
Okay.
Click on maybe Amelia Earhart, for example.
Okay.
And click on Files.
Okay.
All right. So the reports, here you go.
Okay, and I'll run it. Okay, so then I click Run or Refresh, and then that will give me a report that I can print.
Perfect. All right.
Oh, wow. So this is all the information that came off of the enrollment form.
Okay. All right, we have a couple questions now. How do you set up a family ID? All right.
Okay, great. The family ID, we will go ahead and send email some information about that. This one kind of assumes that you know that already, but let me just go ahead and walk you right through that. Okay. You would,
Click on the demographics page.
okay, and let's add a new student here.
Okay.
Click
another Earhart.
Okay.
Give it grade level 4. All right. You can go to this family ID. Start typing in the name. Oh, there we are.
Okay.
We got Jack Jr. in there now.
Okay, great. And so I see that it populated the siblings and contacts.
That's correct.
That's cool. Okay, what if I have a new family? Like, what if I have someone not the Earhart? What if I have the Donlins?
Okay, you can go ahead and just create a new one. You put a new number in here. The next family ID, in this case, is 51.
Okay, so let's just say, okay, that's a good example. Let's say this is a different Earhart family. It's not Amelia Earhart, it's like another Earhart family. So I just hit delete and just choose next family, and that would say it's the other Earhart family?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. So we had another question here.
Okay. Once a parent completes online forms, will the re-enrollment tab leave the login screen? Does it?
Go ahead and take a look.
Oh,
Go ahead and log in as a student for a moment.
okay.
All right, so this page will still be there, but it won't let them go any further. It'll just keep them at the submit page. So once they submit the application, they can't resubmit it unless you as an administrator go ahead and open it back up again.
Okay, so just, that makes sense. Just like if I were to turn in a paper form, I can't edit the form anymore. Okay, so the re-enroll tab stays there and it just lets them know that they've submitted.
Yeah.
Okay, what if I want to hide the re-enroll tab? Like, let's say that we're done with re-enrollment. Can I turn this off?
Yeah.
Turn it on?
Go ahead and go to the section for the administrators, down to settings, and then here we are on the parent section. You can hide the re-enrollment tab on the parent interface.
Okay, so it just hides it whenever I'm ready. Okay, like that. Makes sense.
All right, looks like we have some more people typing.
Thank you, too. Good questions.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, that's all the questions I have for today. We'll send an email out to you today with a link to the EnrollMe manual and the how to roll out EnrollMe guide. And we'll also send out a link to how to go ahead and set up family IDs at your school. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to write us, service@gradelink.com.
All right, thanks, everyone.